Welcome to Head Noise, a place to be vulnerable, open, and yourself. Make sure to join in as we are live as we chat with our guests who are here to share their experiences and wisdom. And this, after all, is content we hope will help you. Without further ado, please welcome your host, Philip.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Head Noise, a mental health podcast. That's a big, long-winded way of saying that we care. As always, I'd like to have amazing, talented guests on the show. And I have Christina Bulkilvish. That's right. Did I say it right?
Yep, you got it close enough.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Okay. I got 5 stars. Good. Christina, welcome to the show. You're an advocate for so many things, but as I always do terribly in introducing and really just capturing what you're specialized in, tell me a little bit about what you do and what your field is.
All right. So I am an inspirational speaker and life coach. My official I help statement is I help people who are
I think Christina is having some technical difficulty, but hopefully she can jump back on. For those of you who are watching, we are live, so you can email the unscripted production at unscriptedproductionstudio@gmail.com, or you can text 503-862-9972, or you can just leave a message on the chat. It's simple. If you've got any questions or anything like that, definitely when we get going here, we will. She's messaging me right now. So once we get going, we will be able to start it all over again. Looks like she's just having some issues. This is why it's unscripted, people. If you haven't caught the first few episodes, I would encourage you to go and take a look at those. We've had some amazing people on, and it's been very enjoyable conversation and productive. So we're going to leave the stream playing and wait for her to join. I don't have any nice pause music, but you'll see me jump back on in just a moment.
All right, can you see me?
There we go. All right, there we go. And I switched sides. Maybe this will work better. So internet issues as they happen, no big deal. So let's start again. Tell us a little bit about what you do. Go.
All right, so hi, I'm
And you're frozen again. Oh, go on, go on, go on, go on. Now you can go.
all right.
God, don't you love internet? I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, not a problem. So yes, I'm Christina Bulkilvish. I am an you should be living your dream life. So that is actually what I'm doing. So I'm teaching where I teach people how to figure out what's running around.
Are you still there? Yeah, I got you. I got you. I think you just lost video. That's fine. Just keep going.
So yes, I teach people how to, with my proven reflect rise strategy, we've got reflecting, reclaiming, and rising. So with the reflecting phase, I teach them how to figure out what's running around in the background of their brains that's causing them to act and be a certain way, which essentially is keeping them stuck where they are rather than actively pursuing what they want in their life. And so we start there, and then we go to the reclaiming phase, which is you start to get excited about your life. You basically put out there all the things that you want to achieve. And then the rising phase, you start achieving all of those things. So that's what I teach how to do. That has basically been what I've done in my life. Once upon a time, I was in a domestic violence relationship. I'm a domestic violence survivor. I got myself out of that dark place. I learned how to prioritize myself and started chasing my dreams, which has led me to traveling the world. So that is why I am currently in Puerto Escondido, Mexico, as we speak. But yeah, my next dream is to help other people reach their dreams as well. So that's where I'm at right now.
It's an amazing goal, and I think what inspires me the most about you is that you're a survivor. And why I really wanted you to come on is because I know so many people that are survivors, but haven't been able to attain themselves again. They haven't been able to get themselves back. They're still trauma filled. There's still there's triggering moments. There's things that happen within their social environment that just turns them into a big ball of mess that isn't recoverable. And it's so hard to come back from. Like the whole trauma thing is hard to come back from. And then it's also about trust. And if you've been in a long relationship, you've been kind of conditioned to not trust that. Your body is already like gearing itself up for the inevitability that you're going to be hurt. So it's how did you overcome that part?
So basically, it was learning to trust myself first. And once I started trusting myself, it became something where I'm like, wow, I can kind of handle anything that comes my way. So it's basically building that resilience. And so it kind of starts almost like how I just said, with like figuring out what you like to do and just repeating that process. So if, let's say for me, for instance, it wound up being hiking was very therapeutic to me. Outdoors is very therapeutic to me. So I learned to go hiking. I also, when I got out of my relationship, I was like, I am never going to let somebody stop me from doing what I want to do ever again. And because for me, it was like, I always wanted to go hiking. My ex didn't want to go, mainly just because he didn't like going outside and things like that. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But so I didn't go because he said, I'm afraid you're going to fall off a cliff and die. So I just didn't do these things. Yeah, I know. I didn't have great thoughts back then. I was just like, oh yeah, okay, he knows. But anyway, So that was something that I started prioritizing. I started prioritizing what I wanted to do. And in me prioritizing myself, I found the strength that, okay, I can do all these things by myself. So it started off as me hiking by myself and being like, wow, I actually really love this. And you get to learn so much about yourself when you're not relying on somebody else. So
Right.
there's that. But then also it's, it went from me being like, okay, I want to go see what it looks like at the top of this mountain to now I want to go see other mountains around the world. So it's just a matter of prioritizing yourself, the things that you want in your life, and doing those things. And each time you achieve it, it's almost like a video game, so to speak. You get to another level of like, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh yeah,
Yes.
I can do this. So it's like one step at a time. And a lot of times people are so worried because they look at the big picture. They think, oh, how am I going to get 100 steps up there? But you don't have to focus on that. You just focus on one step at a time.
Right. Right. It's I always say this one thing. It's, if you look at the mountain, it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
If you just keep moving forward, keep making those steps forward, then before you know it, you've already overcome everything and you're at the top of the mountain. And that's kind of what you're talking about, is just focusing on yourself. I think what people get just completely consumed by is moving on, like finding love again and finding another partner, and then being in those relationships and finding that this other person may not be doing anything per se that would be similar or whatever, but you're looking for those little things. And so it's triggering, and then all of a sudden you're crying, or you're having these emotional episodes where it's tough. How is it that how did you deal with that, or did you go through that as well, or how has that affected you?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's just acknowledging where you're at is okay. Like, there's no problem with where someone is at. If you can't handle something today, but you think maybe in the future you can be, that's fine. You give yourself a little bit of grace and just say, okay, I'm here today. I know I'm not going to be here forever, but this is where I'm at today, and that's okay.
Right.
And tomorrow I may be a little bit further along, and that's better. And, I was just having this conversation with someone the other day. I'm like, I realize it's actually been quite a long time since, I'll say, everything happened with my ex and I. And I'm like, wow, it seems like it's so close, but also so far away.
Yeah.
And, it just almost feels like it happens overnight, even though when you're stuck in it, you feel it. You feel stuck in it.
Yeah.
But
100%.
it does happen.
And I mean, look, breakups suck at the best of times. But like when it's just steeped in trauma, it's even harder to overcome, I think. And there's a lot of the blame game that we like to do to ourselves, is it's my fault, it's their fault. It's some people get angry and just blame them. But in this specific instance, the blame game doesn't necessarily apply. However, you still find yourself in that position where it's my fault they were angry, it's my fault they hit me, it's my fault. And I think that's the hardest part to overcome for some people, because you're in this never-ending circle of making yourself feel unworthy almost.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's the issue, and what people go through the most is just this feeling of unworthy. We've dealt with it in a couple of episodes prior to this, where the mental health aspect of life, sometimes you feel unworthy of the happiness that you're trying to attain. But in this specific instance, it's like everyone deserves to be happy. And you may have been abused, you may have been treated poorly. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect. And I think it's nobody's fault that you were treated poorly, but you need to understand that it's not your fault as well. I think that's the hardest part to accept.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, you can't change the past. You can only change your present moment and what you're going to do in the future.
Yes.
So it's like, you have to kind of accept the past as it was and just figure out how to move forward to have that better life.
Exactly. What I always like to say is control your controllables. You can't control so many things, but you can control how you act, how you progress and go forward, and you can try and control what your mindset is. You can catch yourself making these assumptions about someone. You can catch yourself going into these dark places where you think that it's your fault, or you're apologetic, or you're just not happy. You feel like you're back in that moment where you have to hide again, and just kind of take a breath and reset and find your center again. Some people, it takes longer than others, but there is no right or wrong way to do this. And like you said, I think the way you did this is inspiring, because you found yourself. You became an independent person on your own, and you've gone and traveled the world, and you've found things that you love, and you've pursued those things that you love. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's awesome. It's much like myself. I've just been I'm like separated myself and going through divorce. You find yourself again. You find what you love. You find what you may or may not have given up for your marriage, whether it was their fault or not. You find the things that you love again. Like this, I'm back podcasting again. I'm back making music. I'm writing. I'm doing things that I wasn't making time for before. But I think, yeah, it's just finding yourself again. I think that's a beautiful sentiment as well. Like, what you do is really, really cool. Like your website, scrolling along the bottom, thempoweredmindset.com. Is that correct? Did I spell that wrong?
Growth empowered.
Growth empowered.
When it's all together, it looks very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we? I'm gonna have to edit that out. No, it's live. Oh crap.
It's okay. My website actually is not Growth Empowered Mindset. I do have two websites. That's the one.
Perfect.
That's actually my affiliate link website, where I have all things that I recommend. So like positivity books, like basically my way out too was learning as much as I could, filling my life with as much positivity as I could. So I have books that I recommend. I don't think I have music on there, but that was definitely a thing. Listening to podcasts, art that just makes you feel better when you read the positivity. So that is it. However, my website is actually GEM, GEM, mastery.com. So Growth Empowered Mindset stands for GEM.
Mastery.com. All right. Okay.
Yes. So my backstory is that before my life transitioned to what it is, I was actually in the jewelry industry for about 20 years. And I'm a graduate gemologist, so I'm certified in diamonds and colored stones. So this is a little tribute to what I used to be in the gem industry. So Growth Empowered Mindset spells GEM. So gemmastery.com.
Well, there you go. I fixed it. Now it's right.
Looks good. Thank you.
There you go. It's updated now, everyone. We've corrected the mistake. But yes, I'm just intrigued. I'm so like I went through both the website that I just had up, and like your Facebook page and all the posts that you do. They're very you're very involved in social media, which is really, really cool. And what I love that you do is something that some of the other influencers do, but you share your journey. I think that's really, really cool. Like when you go somewhere new, it's like, hey, this is what I'm doing. And then you have a really cool, like little phrase that is just empowering for people. Like what is the real goal? Like how do you approach a client, or how do you basically get through your day, I suppose, as in the business that you're in?
So it's a little bit, I guess I've got multiple answers for that. So it's definitely still prioritizing myself in terms of I'm still living where I want to live. So hence I'm still traveling. So it is a online business, but it's being able to connect people all around the world. Like I have one client that, she's in Thailand, but she's from the UK, and like
Nice.
our problems aren't just like one country, like they're worldwide. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Like there's domestic abuse everywhere. There's people that feel like they're living on autopilot everywhere, and it's just really being able to connect to people. And I like inspiring people to make the change for themselves, because I know how much better my life got. And if everybody's life could get so much better and there could be more positivity in the world, that would be my goal. And honestly, that's why I started my Instagram in the first place, was because I was like, there's enough negativity in the world. I want people to see beautiful things,
Yes.
and in that have better lives. So that's kind of just been my approach to life, is if I can impact people, I will. If I can help people change, I will. If people can be happier and live with passion, then I'm doing great.
Yeah, and honestly, I think you're doing a great job at that. What is it that you see? So obviously, data protection and all that fun stuff. But what are you seeing the most of when you deal with someone who's gone through domestic abuse? Has anything shocked you, or because you've gone through it, is this kind of what you expected? What is the common thing that you're trying to help people through?
It's kind of what I expect. It really depends on where they are at in their journey, because for me, part of why I have people who are ready to move on, I have that in there because I am not a licensed therapist, and I acknowledge
Right.
that sometimes people do still need that. So if you have done that process where you're like, okay, I know what I want in life, or maybe you don't, we're going to figure that out together, that's fine. But if you're at the point where you're like, okay, I'm ready for a transition, and I know I don't want this life that I had in the past,
Right.
that's kind of where I step in and then go from there. I don't think I answered your question correctly. What was the rest of it?
No, you did. No, that's fine. Yeah, like the things that you're seeing the most, like for example, like depression and anxiety and all of
Yes.
these things that we've been talking about over the last 5 episodes. They come in so many different forms, and for domestic violence and sufferers of this terrible thing, I mean, what are you seeing the most of in I guess treating your clients? Obviously you're not a certified or any of that stuff, but like when you're helping someone, has anything shocked you, or has any, like, what is the thing that you're seeing the most is basically the question.
The most that I've probably seen is people just kind of feeling like they don't know where they want to go. And so I basically ask the questions that I guess people don't normally think to ask. Like, okay, if you could design your life to look any type of way, what would you put in it? What would you want in it? What would you not want in it? Things like that. Even, maybe they want a relationship. Okay, what are the no-goes on the relationship? What are things that you absolutely want? And like getting clear on what you actually want, both in a relationship, in life, in a job, anything, that can make such a difference for people, because you have that clarity, and it's so much easier to find what you're looking for.
Right. And I think something former guest said as well. Why do you want the relationship? I think that's the biggest. That's the biggest question, and probably the most invasive and hard to answer question, because sometimes you don't know. It's like you don't want to be alone, or like, and some of these answers can be unhealthy at times, but like we all have that friend that just bounces from relationship to relationship, right? Like everybody has one. If you don't, then it's probably you. But like it's unhealthy to not be able to be stable on your own. And so what you're demonstrating really is that standing on your own 2 feet and being your own independent person means that you can exist before you coexist, which in essence is exactly what a good relationship looks like. When you're in a domestic, abusive relationship, you're not necessarily coexisting. It's a whole different dynamic, and it's really like, fortunately I've not been in a domestic violence situation. I have been around them, but I've not been in them. But having witnessed some of the worst stuff you can see, I think the biggest thing for me is understanding that these people who are, I guess, the violent ones in the relationship, they're not well. So blaming yourself doesn't serve any purpose other than making you feel worse. And I think, I literally just had this conversation with someone. You can still love someone and not be with them, because at the end of the day, you have to love yourself more. And and that's a big piece of this. Like, watching someone crumble and crumbling with them does not serve anybody, but it just destroys everything. You're not your own person anymore. And I think a lot of people just find that difficult. I think stepping away when you're so madly in love with someone and seeing them fall apart and not understanding how to help them and all these things, you don't have to fix the world. You have to worry about yourself, and you have to try and at some point walk away and be your own person. And that's been a journey for me. I often try to fix things or fix situations or try and be that person for someone, and it's, in essence, it's not the right thing to do. You need to kind of take care of yourself. Now, obviously, you want to serve people. This is what I'm doing right now. Like, I've made this podcast for a very specific reason, so people who are suffering can connect with great people like yourself and find different resources, because that's one thing that I found in this journey, is that there isn't any. Like, it's, here's a pill, take this, good luck. Like, it's not, or go to a therapist, which, by the way, I 100% advocate for. Definitely get into therapy. It's huge. And a lot of medical plans have it included in their coverage now. It's since COVID, that's one thing that came out of COVID was therapy becoming standardized across the board. So definitely get involved if you haven't done that already. But I mean, finding people like yourself who it's almost like an idol, like someone to look up to, someone that's gone through the journey, it becomes inspirational. And the inspirational story that you tell is that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that's pretty incredible. So it's very, very, very cool to see you do what you do. So well done, you.
Thank you.
What is the journey look like for you in the future? What does the future look like for you? Do you have a plan, what you're trying to attain, or are you just like, and she's gone? That's what her plan was, to get off the stream. She'll be back, I'm sure. More internet issues. If you have any comments or any questions for this awesome person, please send them into the chat. It is available. We are live. If you have a text that you want to put through, 503-862-9972 or unscriptedproductionstudio@gmail.com. If you just want to email the show, comments, questions, concerns, or anything else that you want to add to the show. We did get her back. Look at her. She's right there. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. Just couldn't see what was going on.
That's okay. So, yes, I was just filling the blank void that was disappeared. I was like,
yeah, and you asked me a question, but now I missed.
Like,
the future.
What's the future for you? What does it look like? And you jumped off. I was like, the future was she's getting off this call. All right.
No, so my future is kind of like two things. I very much live my life as I teach in a way, so I don't have all the answers. And for me, I say, like, I have ideas of where I want to go, but at the same time, I've not been led yet. So I am a Christian, and I believe that there's certain things that I feel like I'm being called to do, this being one of them. So to a point, I know some of what I'm called to do, but I don't know all of it. And that's just my belief. It doesn't have to be anybody else's. That's fine.
Right. No, that's cool. I like that.
But But yeah, so I don't fully know. Like, I have ideas of where I want to go. I want to keep inspiring people. I want to be on stages, tell my stories, because I do have a lot of stories. And I feel like the more you travel, the more you become a storyteller. So I have so many stories that I could tell people to help
We
inspire
love
them.
storytellers. Oh my goodness. You're talking to an Irish guy. Like, are you kidding me? We're
Yeah,
a
so
whole
I've
country
got
of
a lot.
storytellers.
Yeah.
So,
You know, at this point, I've been to 19 countries, just 8 within the past 2 years since quitting my job. I don't think I told you why I quit my job. Did I tell you why I quit
no,
my
you
job or
didn't. We
no?
didn't get there yet. Yeah. Why don't you tell me your journey? Go ahead.
So I'd been working for a boss for years, actually during COVID. Before COVID, I was working for a very high-end luxury brand that I won't say who, but they laid me off during COVID, and that's fine because I didn't quite fit in there. It was very much like Devil Wears Prada, backstabbing type of thing, and that's not my thing, which is fine. But so I took a $35,000 pay cut during COVID, and my boss said to me when I eventually worked there, he had said to me, he said, "I'm sorry, I can't pay you what the big company was paying you, but you can be happy here. I promise you'll be happy here." And at the time, my life was missing happiness. So I took the $35,000 pay cut. I mean, and that's been a big life lesson to me. It's money or happiness. Like, if you had to choose
Yeah.
one, which one would you choose? So there's a little bit of that.
That's a tough one. That's a real tough one for some people.
It's a very tough one, yeah. and
Hmm.
and it's unfortunately something that I learned the hard way, also because of my past relationship. I got locked out of bank accounts, stock accounts, you name it, all the things. So I've learned that several times in life now at this point. But eventually, so I worked there for I think 3 years. And in December of 2022, I got a concussion. I got rear-ended in a car accident, got a concussion. And, you know, my boss was great. Like, he treated me like I was his daughter. It was a family-owned business. It was really nice. But he told me, he's like, "I know you're having a hard time. Like, your brain's not working properly. You already feel like you're missing out on life. But unfortunately, like, I'm going to have to take away your vacation days." And I was like, wait a minute.
Ooh.
The one thing that's making my life better right now, you're
Yeah,
going to
no,
take
thank you.
that away from me? And that was kind of just my wake up call. It's like, okay, I need to stop making my boss's dreams come true, and I need to start prioritizing my own. So
Right.
that led me to another promise that I made to myself, which was, okay, when I get better, I'm going to start chasing my dreams. So eventually, in September of 2023, I quit my job and started traveling, and I've been traveling ever since. And I did that basically with no plan. My only plan was, okay, get to Chiang Mai, Thailand, where I can learn to teach English. And then I am certified to teach English anywhere around the world. So that's just kind of been my backup plan. And here we are. You know, I'm not teaching English currently, but that was just kind of, you know, the push that I needed, the backup that I needed, all of the things. So you don't always have to have all the answers. Just
Yeah,
that
I
was.
mean, I'll be honest with you. It's a tough one when, like, your story's amazing. Like, it's really inspirational, and I love that. Oh my God, look what happened. So uh, your what your story looks like is amazing, but I can tell you right now, there's no way I would have been able to do what you did, because taking a $35,000 pay cut, hell no. Are you kidding me? Never gonna happen. But
So
that
now
being
it's probably a
said,
bad time to tell you that I also spent $35,000 for a restraining order too. And then eventually I moved into a windowless basement for a year and a half when the court system failed me. And I waited for my name to get off a mortgage. So I just said, here, take the house for free, take everything. I don't want it. I just want a new life. And that's what I did. Took the $35,000 pay cut for work, gave $35,000 to a lawyer that didn't do anything. And here we
wow.
are. But I will say, again, I have learned this lesson time and time again. You know, happiness or money, I choose happiness.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. Again, probably something I wouldn't be able to do. But again, I think in the face of adversity, we kind of find ourselves a little bit. We
Yeah.
find ourselves doing things we couldn't do before.
Yeah.
You know, since separation, I can tell you, I found myself doing things that I didn't think I'd ever see myself doing. Like, you know, it's really testing, and I think we find ourselves in these times of trouble or adversity or whatever you want to call it, and once you have that aha moment, once you really like for you, I'm sure there was a day or a moment that you were just like done, like it was over in your situation, and then it was, how do I get to the end result, which is being out of this toxic relationship and into happiness or where I want to be. And I think finding that route doesn't just happen. A lot of people are convinced you can't be told what that route is because you need to find it on your own. And so I actually believe that statement, because I think everybody has a friend that's going to be like, oh, he's bad for you, girl. Like, it's just like it's going to happen. But like, we never listen to those people, and then we find out for ourselves. We have that aha moment. We have that moment where it's like, I cannot do this anymore. And when you have that moment, when you have that wake up call, I think it's a massive, big thing for you to reach out to someone that can support you. If it's Christina, reach out to Christine. Obviously, you serve people and you help guide people and you do what you do. Therapy is a huge thing. I would definitely advocate for therapy, and I think it's an amazing piece of the puzzle that can help you find your strength when you're just lost.
Yeah.
I just want people to understand that there's no right or wrong answer to the situation that you're in. You have to navigate your situation, and you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is going to be a day where it's over and you can move forward and be strong and find that light. People who are watching this, who are in that situation, talk to somebody, whoever that is. Talk to somebody, and understand that, you know, the answers that you're looking for are right in front of you, but you need help. You can't do this completely alone without some kind of mental stability. And until you have that mental stability, all you're going to have is these toxic moments. And I mean, Christina, you're amazing. You're an absolute, like, there's people like you, or there's not enough of you in the world, but you're an example for people to look at and go, I can do that too.
They absolutely can.
I mean, maybe anyone not give up $35,000 of a salary, but I mean, apart from the $35,000 salary cut, I mean, I would say almost everything you did is achievable, and I think it's just about mindset. And
yes.
I truly appreciate
mindset and your priorities.
So tell me, for people who are really interested in kind of using you to better themselves, or finding the path that you walked and really emulating what you just did, how do we contact you? How do we just facilitate your services, I guess? I don't know.
So I have a program, Growth Empowered Mindset. I have my Proven Reflect Rise program. So you can either reach me through gemmastery.com. You can find me at Happy Mindset Travel Girl on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and I think there's probably one more. Just look that up. You'll probably find me. Right. But all of my information is also on my website. If you want to do coaching, my one-on-one coaching is a 3-month-long program. So essentially in 3 months, you can have that change that you want to see. I have weekly 60-minute sessions, personalized action plans, email support in between calls, progress tracking tools, surviving to thriving guide, from Fix to Growth Mindset Workbook. I have access to over 20 guided meditations. I also currently have one on my website for free. So if you go in there, you can just put in your email address and I'll send you the free guided meditation.
Did see that. Yes, I did see
that.
Yeah.
I actually, while I was in Indonesia, I got certified to be a yoga instructor. So I'm
sure. Why not, right? I mean, you do everything else. Why not?
Yeah. So I'm certified in meditation and yoga and all different types of yoga. And then I also have 2 bonuses as well, which is access to 365 daily affirmations and my how-to guide to build confidence. That one is kind of like I'm going to say a heart project for me, because really what I want it to be is how to build confidence so you can feel like traveling alone. So I may add that in there. I'm just, right now it's just that one thing, but I think it's likely going to be both things. And then the daily affirmations, that was actually pretty much a book that I wrote when I was going through transitions in life. And it was just it became a way of me processing things. I'm going to just say, for instance, they're kind of more like quotes, but one of them is like, don't expect everybody to be happy for you when you decide to start doing better. Because they're just little life lessons that I've learned. And I think
I like that.
Having that in your mind makes it easier.
I mean, I steal quotes, if I'm being honest. I use quotes from other people. Walt Whitman is my favorite because of Ted Lasso, honestly. But just the whole be curious, not judgmental. That's helped me get through my divorce or my separation. And it's made me realize that, everyone has their own way of dealing with things, mental struggles and everything. And, it's easy to just judge and get mad and be angry at the world. It's harder to sit there and question the why behind it. So that's always that's one. And then you heard my my don't look at the mountain, which is another one I like to use. But like, legitimately, these words of affirmation are not like just like phrases just to kind of throw out there. It's to remind you that, like, this is a hard journey. There's no question. Like, this isn't a cakewalk. This is a lot of work. And what I wanted to really just touch on was you talked about a program that's 3 months, etc. That's 3 months of also them putting in the effort, because I think some people, especially in today's world, we want something that we can pay and then we just flick a light switch and everything's great. And in this situation, it's just not possible. And you need to be in a mindset where you're ready to accept some things. And that's why I encourage people to really go to therapy in addition to seeing you, just because I think there's a lot that you can get from therapy, but there's also a lot that you can get from just following Christina on Instagram. I mean, I'm not even kidding you. The Instagram posts are amazing. And really, like, just finding what makes you feel good. There's a reason why I don't have the same guest every week, because I saw 8 different therapists at one point, because I just wasn't resonating with the people that I was meeting. And it's the same thing with this. Like, not everybody and not every method is going to fit just the way you are, just how you are as a person, what resonates with you, how you're going to move forward. And I think it's important to remember that and give yourself some time, because just like a relationship, finding the right therapist is finding someone that's going to generate a relationship that's constructive with you, and you're going to probably hear things that you don't want to hear. So it's an important journey. Now, Christina, she's wonderful. So, I mean, she's not going to tell you things that you don't want to hear. She's just going to tell you how to get to places and be awesome like she is. Right, Christina? Right?
I mean, somewhat yes, someone no, but at the end of the day, it's like the way out is through. So, you have to go through those things to learn. Like, as much as I wished I wasn't going through those things at the time, like, I'm grateful for them now. Like, they've made me who I am. And, I wouldn't change that for anything in the world. And I do want to say two of my favorite quotes. One has been like my all-time favorite, and then one which is more recent. So first favorite is fear and faith are manifested the same way.
Yes. Yes.
So it's basically what you focus on. Like if you focus on the fear side of things, you're going to have that. If you focus on the faith, like, okay, everything's going to work out, you're going to have that. So
Yeah.
that's one.
I
And
love
then my
that.
other
That's
one,
awesome.
thank you. I can't take credit for that. That was actually Marsha Mansour. She said that, and it just stuck with me for years. And then the other one is what you're not changing, you're choosing.
Yes, that's a really good one. That is a really, really good one. If you don't
Yeah.
make the first step, you're basically choosing the outcome. So I think that's a
Exactly.
huge, huge one. One that I heard recently, and you don't realize these phrases and things until you start like listening a little bit better. A really one of my favorite comedians is very intelligent, and he was on a podcast because I actually listen to podcasts as well as making them, and he said that happiness is your current situation without expectations.
Yes.
And I think that's real. I think that's so poignant because, and she's gone. She'll be back. But I do feel like there she is again. there she is again. Oh my gosh. It is real. It's a very big statement to say because if you think about it, he put it in a very simplistic way. Um, if you if you're go your best ever New Year's party that you went to, right? Sometimes uh, you'll go out and you'll have all this planned, and you're going to do this, and you're going to see this person, and blah blah blah, and you're so all, and it's always awful. It's just because it's awful. And the best New Year's are the ones that you don't plan. And so it's without the expectation. I mean, that's a very simplistic version of looking at it, but I think overall, I think it really just highlights that we just need to stop expecting things and start really engaging with our futures and really enacting change. Choosing our path versus kind of just waiting for our shit to go great, like, because it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. In the darkest of times, in the worst of things that I've gone through, my friends have been what got me through. My family, sometimes harsh words, tough love, I guess you could call it. But really, the reason I'm here today is because of the people that I have in my life. And honestly, I think that's what people need to do, is just extend that olive branch and understand that there are people in your life that you don't even realize have value. And sometimes, we can all open our eyes a little bit better. Perspective is reality, I think, but you can change your perspective and realize that there are some really good people already in your life. And this is a perfect opportunity to start changing that social circle, changing who is in your life, and getting out of those toxic environments and really controlling your own destiny and doing what Christina did. I mean, Jesus, she's in freaking Mexico. What the heck? I want to go to Mexico. But amazing, absolutely amazing. Christina, you're phenomenal. I cannot big you up enough for the work that you do and the things that you're doing in the world. We need more people like you. And I'm truly honored that you chose this podcast to come on and talk about your journey. And for those who are suffering and didn't want to just publicize what they're going through live chat today, you can reach out through unscriptedproductionstudio@gmail.com. You can text the number 503-862-9972. I am on that all day, every day. You can reach out and I will connect you with Christina or whoever you've resonated with that's been on the show. It's an important journey that you're about to go on. Don't belittle yourself, and make sure You're doing it for you, not anyone else. Thank you so much, Christina. You're amazing.
Oh, one more thing too.
Yeah, go for it. Go. You got another quote? You got another quote?
I mean, I have a ton of quotes.
We could go all night. I don't mind. And because she had a quote. Oh, the quote. Do the quote again. You lost the connection again. Okay, go for it.
Thing was actually on August 28th. I'm doing a live workshop. It's called Patterns to Power. Yes, I said that.
Patterns to Power. Okay.
Some of those patterns. Again, feel free to message me, DM me, message you, whatever way we get in contact.
Right.
That would be great. And I'd love to have as many people as possible.
Awesome. Well, what I'll do is when that happens, Christine, if you want to share all the details with me, I'll put it on my my Facebook page, and I'll share it again, just so everyone can click on it and do whatever.
Absolutely.
I truly appreciate what you do, and like I said, I'm just so grateful for you to be on the show today. And for those of you who are joining us on Twitch, yes, I will be on Twitch every week as well. This is a new venture. I want to be accessible everywhere, and I was told that Twitch is an accessible place as well. So thank you for watching if you've been on Twitch. Thank you for watching everywhere else. We'll be back again for another awesome episode of Head Noise next week with another awesome guest. Until then, go with grace.